we've definitely had shows where either I or another guy will say, oh, we prefer no makeup or little makeup. And oftentimes, not always, but there is a lot of pushback on that. Oh, you think you want a girl with no makeup, but if you saw how ugly we actually were,
But also, after you start dating somebody for a significant amount of time, you're gonna eventually see them without makeup.
So. Well, I understand wanting to from the get-go know what, because I've dated girls and guys, or gone out with whatever.
I mean, I guess it depends on the setting, but like if I meet somebody at the gym, I'm not gonna have a lot of makeup on.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Why don't we see men shave their beards? And what they look like without beards?
Because beards are manly.
Beards are like makeup for men.
What? Makeup
for
is
sure.
womanly.
I was gonna say,
what?
Makeup's completely
Is makeup
artificial.
a guy thing?
No, beards.
Okay, yeah,
No,
you
but
said
they, like,
beards are a
contour
guy
your
thing.
face.
Beards
So
are
you're not
manly.
gonna take it. You're not gonna shave it, but makeup is a woman thing.
But beards are completely natural. Like
it's
they
like
grow it. We don't
anatomical.
grow makeup
Yeah.
magically.
I don't know.
on
If
our
I was
face.
dating a guy who had a beard, like what happens if you're 2 years in and they decide to shave it one day? It's a little.
If you didn't like it, I'd say grow it back. I guess.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
fair.
exactly. It's gonna
You're
come
right.
back eventually.
Yeah.
What happens if they get rid of it forever, like 3 years in?
I mean, they're not
I mean,
like getting
I would
laser
hope,
on their
like, you would,
face.
like,
I mean, you have a
take-
conversation with them
Yeah,
and
exactly.
be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I like
Conversation
your
about
beard. Please grow it back."
I don't want to see your face.
hide your face. You have a terrible chin.
Wow.
I mean, the beard to makeup comparison is not a like one-to-one comparison. That's fair. Because one, a beard is something that naturally grows. Makeup is something that is artificial, that you're intentionally putting on your face, that you can put on your whole face, whereas a beard really only covers a certain portion of it. Also, I would argue that when it comes to beauty, right, let's say you cut your face in half. When it comes to assessing someone's beauty, what is going to contribute more to someone being more attractive or less attractive? The top half of their face or the bottom half of their face? I would argue it's the top half of their face versus the bottom.
Both.
Yeah, I can't pick a side.
I would argue it's the top half.
If you got like 10 chins,
What about
then
lips?
that's
Well, I mean,
Lips are really sexy, especially like
yeah, but if
girl
a guy
lips.
has a beard, you can like I have a beard, you can still see my lips.
Okay, so just the bearded part, not top or bottom half.
Wait, what?
You just said it was the top part of someone's face or the bottom part of someone's face.
Well, like if you cut it
contribute?
off at the bottom
Yeah.
of the nose, for example, I would argue that when assessing beauty, which one contributes more to someone's physical attractiveness or beauty, I would argue it's the top half of the face. They both contribute.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
what's
because
the saying?
eyes. Yeah,
like,
you're right.
what's the saying? The eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you connect people by looking at them in the eye.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I could totally get behind that.
But also, there's girls out there that are like, damn, I really like a good jawline.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Sure.
that
But
could be
it's not,
part of
a
it.
beard is not a one-to-one comparison to, look, certainly I think the
agree
point
with
you're
you.
trying to make is,
Mm-hmm.
could a guy with like a weak chin or a weak jawline hide it by having a beard?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't think it's to the degree of, I'm just going to say it, deceptiveness that makeup can be used.
Yes. Well, like,
This literally reminds me of like how they used to say that like makeup was witchcraft or some shit.
Based.
Why does it remind you of that?
Based.
What?
Based.
indeed.
Well, we should burn. Okay.
Let's not go
And
down
if
that
you
road.
wear- if
I
you
think
wear
makeup should be illegal for anyone under the age of 18.
I think
that's
that's way
interesting.
too far and not what America's about.
America.
America.
13-year-olds wearing makeup.
I don't know. I wore
Freedom.
mascara
I
when I was
see
I see 13. where you're coming from, but I feel like that would just
Illegal
make
is
them want to do
harsh.
it more.
Yeah. Well, and that's
You know?
also like the fun part about becoming a woman is you get to play with makeup.
Exactly.
And, like,
Isn't
figure
that
out like.
depressing?
No, not at all.
That's
Because
so
I mean, if you
depressing.
think about it, if you if you go to a very fancy event, if you see a woman that's not
No, just scoot it that way.
sorry,
You're
if
good.
you see a woman at a really fancy event and that's not wearing makeup, you can tell, and like she kind of doesn't fit into the. I want to say dress code. It's almost like
It's an accessory.
exactly.
so-
It's
You
an
know
accessory.
What we should do? We should change the way that society views that and make it acceptable, make it socially
Oh, but
acceptable
I like
in the
it.
workworkplace
It
and for
is.
events
Yeah.
for women to go without.
I think
I would
it's
say it
acceptable in the
is. It's
workplace.
just like
Oh, okay.
putting on a pair
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
earrings or putting on a fancy dress. It just
Yeah.
like she said, it's an
let me ask you-
accessory.
Let me ask you a quick question, right? And well, to all the women here, if you had to choose, let's just say we did an equalization where just no women could wear makeup, so there was not this feeling of having to compete or one-upsmanship. Would you opt for a world with no makeup, or would you want to keep the makeup.
Well, it's not about the competing.
But there is some component of
you're comparing yourself to other people, and that's why you wear makeup.
Not in like a toxic way. I'm just saying like dressing appropriately for an event. Makeup is kind of like a fancy thing, I would say.
But if no other women were wearing makeup, then you wouldn't be out of place.
But it doesn't matter. It's
but
fun.
I'm not saying out of place in a bad way.
Is it fun though?
It's so much fun.
We get ready.
It's a feminine thing. You sit down and you get dressed all cute and you do your makeup. It's a feminine thing. It's fun. I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing makeup.
How long does it take you guys to do your makeup?
20 minutes.
Imagine what you could do
in
with
20
that
minutes.
Extra 20 minutes. You could.
Well, how often?
But I'm having fun in the 20 minutes. So I don't understand.
We also
fun though? Is it?
Yes, it's so much fun. You're trolling right now.
No, I totally get that it can be fun for sure. But say we lived in a world where makeup never existed. I think that
if it had,
we would all be a lot healthier for sure, because makeup definitely, if you're conscious of it or not, the way that you do your makeup is modeled after something you have seen.
Okay, so if makeup had never existed, that's a different story than whether we could take it away or not right this very instant.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. If makeup had never existed, we would not be having this conversation.
So, I'm not anti-makeup, but I'm anti. That is the way you always present yourself.
Which is totally fair, and I agree.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say makeup should be the exception to your daily life, not the rule.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
if you wear a full face every day,
for sure.
I think that perpetuates something. No, I don't want to use the word wrong.
Yeah.
But I think wearing a full face of makeup every day perpetuates issue you have with yourself. That being said, we go out once a month to a nice fancy dinner. We want to put on a nice dress and makeup.
I feel
sure,
that.
Of course.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
See, I think that even if makeup was taken away, like if makeup was made illegal, I think that women...
Based.
Huh?
Nothing.
Based.
Keep going.
Well, the reason I...
I think that if makeup was made
Continue
illegal, women would find other ways to make themselves feel better about themselves, like through their clothes, through their hair.
They already do that.
Yeah.
But exactly, no. So the issue isn't with makeup; it's with the self-image part.
You're
so
right. We should get rid of all that other stuff too.
But banning makeup is not going to ban the self-image issue.
But the reason I said that, I said specifically for minors, but especially in today's age with like the rise of social media and everything, I think kids have such an urge to portray themselves as so much older than they actually are. They're losing some of their youth, but I think it's very unhealthy. They're putting themselves out into the world in inappropriate ways for what they're mentally capable of handling.
Yeah, I guess my question would be,